Monday. Hi, Jenny here. I still have my picture up from the last video I did. I still have to edit that one. Anyways, I've been doing some juicing. Figured, hey, I could talk to you guys while I'm doing this. I asked Wayne if he wanted some more watermelon juice this next week, because he liked the last one that I did so much. If it's actually makes him feel refreshed and things like that. That again, you know, we love the liquid IV, but obviously that's another expense. Whereas if we could try to do something maybe a little less expensive, and if it does the same thing, makes them feel the same, we can try that. Although I don't know how much less expensive it'll be, because with buying the watermelon in the containers. But then it's all fresh ingredients in that too, so you know. And then I thought, well, as long as I'm making that, so I made his watermelon juices, which I have in the fridge. And then I thought, well, I have those two oranges. I wanted to make an apple orange juice. What is that one called? My apple crisp. So I did that one. And then I thought, well, I still have some ingredients. I have a lemon that needs to be used. So I thought, well, I can make my original carrot juice, which is the carrot, green apple, lemon, cucumber, celery. Yeah, I think that's it that I have. You can add beet juice to it. You can add garlic and ginger, and I didn't think about buying ginger this last time that we were out. This goes. I like how my phone fits in the cabinet and I can record off of it, but then sometimes it does that thing where it wants to focus here and focus there, and then it's goofy and it bounces around. So sorry about that, but I thought I would just do that quickly while I was still a mess, instead of trying to fit my regular camera in the cabinet. But anyway, so there's my apple crisp juice. It's very orange. The oranges I bought again looked, as I cut them open, they looked like grapefruit. But I tasted one and it didn't taste sour like a grapefruit, so I guess it is an orange. So, anyways, the good and the bad too, making your own juices, is that you're supposed to really, they're most effective if you drink them right away. Otherwise, you're supposed to drink them within like 3 days. And if I make a bunch of them, but I figure, you know what, even if it takes me a week to drink them, they're still beneficial. It's still all real food and something better for me to drink. Has a little bit of, you know, taste to it. Again, my drink of choice is water. Every once in a while I'll have a lemonade. If I go out to a restaurant or something, then it's still either just water or lemonade. Here and there I'll drink a Sprite. Now more so just because if I'm feeling a stomachache, I'll have the Sprite. But otherwise, there too, once a month or so, or I'm like, I want a little bit of taste. And then I might have we have those like small Sprites. I love that they do those small cans now. That's perfect size for me, because the big cans, like, that's too much. And then I wouldn't drink it, and then it would sit there and go flat. But in any case, I was gonna go up and take a shower, and then I was like, oh wait, I should do this. Oh wait, I should, you know, like, I forgot I was gonna water the plants. I tested the dirt, and I'm like, oh, they need watering. And I just realized I haven't watered them yet, because I was like, oh, I should make the watermelon juice. And when I do the watermelon juice in here, it spits all over, so I gotta put my apron on. So then I'm like, okay, well, yeah, while I'm doing this, let's do this juice and that juice. And then I'm thinking, okay, and then while I have all this out and I'm peeling and cutting and have the cutting board out, then I should make my salads, because I ate all the salads I made last week. So it's time for more salads. I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. I'll get that shower in at some point. See if I get a walk in. The computer said snow this morning. I looked outside. I saw a couple flurries flying down, so we didn't get any real snow. It said we're supposed to get an inch. But then Wayne messaged that it was snowing at work. So I don't know if it was more snow near the lake. We were getting less snow. But we didn't really get any, which that's okay by me. It's still a little cool out there, but that's okay. I can walk in the coolness. But anyways, that is it for my Monday so far. I have to keep working on my ostomy playlist. I think I did like 2 or 3 videos yesterday. I didn't do a lot. Hoping to finish that up this week. I think I'm on health update 16 or something. I think I have about 90 health updates. But yeah, we'll get there. Like I said, see which stuff kind of relates to ostomies and things like that. But okay, I'm gonna juice now. All right, there we go. Juicing done for the day. We have the carrot juice, apple juice, and watermelon juice. All right, we'll drink one while it's fresh. While I'm making my salad and stuff, it'll help keep me full because it's lunchtime. So, cheers! Ah, it's so good, so fresh. Salads are all made. One's ready for me to eat. The rest are for later. Last thing I have to do before I can eat is mop, because when I juice, the floor gets all sticky. So, one more thing. The garbage cans are back. Woohoo! See, they're even being used. That is awesome. The landscaper lawn team was here yesterday, and it looks like they've made a couple extra piles of sticks. So they were doing some work yesterday, cleaning up. Happy Wednesday! Gray skies. It's supposed to snow, well, rain / sleet, I guess, this afternoon. Starting supposedly around now. The skies looked a little darker this morning. So I was wondering whether I would get out here or not before it started. But I did! Yay! Got my exercising in, and I'm like, alright, seeing as it's not gonna rain until later, I will be able to get my walk in also. So yay! Wayne and I took a walk last night. It was very nice. He wanted to walk with me. I did some videotaping of the pretzel flowers yesterday. And so I didn't do any exercising. And by dinner time, I was antsy. I'm like, I need to move. I need to get out. So he nicely walked with me. Which was good. It was cool. It was very windy. I'm not thinking about it. Like right now, it's very calm right now. Yesterday was windy most of the way, most of the walk. Normally it's about half the walk could be windy, and then get the wind at the back, and it's not so bad. Yesterday was like, oof. But it's very nice. I just saw they have the garbage can back across the street. Yay! That made my day. I'm excited. I said, so people are using it, which, yeah, you gotta have somebody then come empty it. But if it's kind of, on the schedule, they've got a garbage can way down towards the main street too. So it's like, well, you gotta have somebody in this area anyway that's gonna be doing that one. So I can swing by this way and pick up this one. So that's nice. Help keep our area clean a little bit. But other than that, I slept in today. I didn't wake up until 10. I woke up a little bit earlier. I just kept rolling around. I'm like, I don't feel like getting up yet. Like, let's just sleep in today. So when I did, I woke up at 10, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. And I had a headache, but I actually felt rested. It's like all the, I don't remember what I should say the last time that I felt that. I'm like, always every morning I wake up, I'm like, oh, I'm still tired. But today, I felt good. So like I said, even though I had a headache, so I took some Advil. Got my exercising in. Oh my God, there's the heron. It is the heron. I thought I heard some big wings. Oh, but he's behind. I can't get him. Yay! Oh, I still see him flying. Oh. Say hi, Dad. Thanks for being around me. That is sweet. I was wondering when they were going to come back and if they'd be around here, because we usually do have a set of herons that is in this area. Well, look at that. I just had another thing make my day. All the garbage can makes my day, and then seeing the heron. Oh, that's fantastic. And I can start watching for him on my walks. Oh, yay. Happy day. Happy. That is awesome. Okay. Oh, a little distracted. Where was I? I had a headache. Took some Advil. And then I exercised, and then I felt good. And there too, it was like, oh, it was good exercise. It's only 30 minutes, but it was intense. So I was sweating. I'm like, I didn't even want to sit in my chair afterwards. I was like, no, I need to go upstairs and actually change my clothes and put on dry clothes. So that was nice. Because the other day I was exercising too and doing a couple of moves that I used to be able to do and can't do at this point in time yet. So I had a few tears. But in the meantime, I'm also telling myself, hey, you're doing fantastic. You're still doing it. You're not quitting. You're keeping going. So I gave myself a little pep talk. And that was good. Got through that. But other than that, not much going on. Yesterday, Mom had Zoom. And she couldn't get the new computer to work. And her regular computer worked, but it had the reverberation. So I went over there real quickly and got the other computer to work. I had to do a couple different things, though she wouldn't have figured that out. I just tried a few things and it worked. And so it was like, okay, yay. So it didn't work like it was supposed to. We should just be able to click the link and it should have gotten her right in. And it didn't work. I had to copy and paste the address, and thank goodness that worked. So the mom was like, yeah, I'm not going to remember that. So we'll see what next Tuesday brings. Because once again, can't figure out why her computer is doing what it's doing. But, so that took up part of yesterday too, and then we sit and talked for a while. And then, yeah, I got home a little bit before Wayne. And then one of the neighbors had been walking by, so then we talked for a while. And it's very nice. She said too, she goes, I admire you for getting out there and walking every day. Because there's some days I think about it and go, it's too cold. She goes, and then I see you walking by. I'm like, yeah, try to get out as much as I can. Get out here, get my walk. Other than that, not much going on. Like I said, it's Wednesday. I don't have any plans for the week. Next week I have a lunch date. So today, or this week, still just working on my my Ask Me playlist and things like that. I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm supposed to do this and I'm supposed to do that. Like my other doctor I mentioned was retiring, and it's sometime this month. And I really just wanted to get her a thank you card and things. That's been on my list for a couple weeks. Like, okay, gotta find a card. I used to make my own cards, so I have a little stash of cards in the house. So I figured I'll pick up one of those and go drop it off so I don't have to worry about the mail. Cassie has not received my card yet. I mailed that on the 11th. And so then yesterday she asked me, she goes, how did you address it? So I showed her a copy. I did take a copy of the card before I sent it, just in case. And she's like, yeah, that's right. She said, should we get here? She was, because one of her friends got a card, and it only took a week to get there. So maybe I'll try another one and see. I even mailed it. I mailed it from the Grafton post office, thinking that would be a better post office that may make sure that the mail gets there on time, which I had to buy a stamp anyway, so I had to go to the desk and they had to put it, whatever, in the right bin from there. But that's all. Oh, I was thinking I was going to tell you a story too. Kind of funny story that as I was rewatching, I posted my watermelon juice video today. Oh, the juice is so good. I made more of it again this last weekend. We bought some more watermelon. Wayne's like, oh, either way. But I bought the watermelon, and I made 4 more juices for him. And so I'm watching that video, so I posted it and stuff, and I'm wearing those red post earrings. Hopefully I'm blocking the wind here. Now I'm on the windy side. It was all calm on the other side. This is the huge. Got one part that's windy and one part that's calm. Anyways, I was wearing these red post earrings. And, in the evening when I was taking off my jewelry and everything, going to put them away, and the earring dropped to the floor. And obviously the floor's carpeted. I didn't hear anything, but I have, got some shoes there, some tennis shoes and stuff, and I didn't hear it hit the shoes. I didn't hear it hit the bottom of my dresser or anything. Like, I'm looking all over. I can't find it. I looked in my shoes, took my flashlight, and I'm looking all over. Can't find it. So I told Wayne later that night, they're on bedtime or whatever, and wait. So do I wait until it's less windy? Till I get around the corner? Anyways, so I told Wayne about it, and he's like, oh, let me let me use my finding skills. I've got this. So again, I got the flashlight out, I'm shining it all over the floor, and he's looking and looking, and he's feeling around with his hand all over the floor, just in case you can't see it under my dresser, under my little jewelry box, and not finding it. I said, you know, I'm shaking out a couple of my work, exercise clothes I had laying there, and I'm like, shake out my shoes again. I don't know. So he takes my one tennis shoe, and he's like going to town shaking it. I'm thinking, well, you didn't need to do that. You just needed to like tilt it and make sure it wasn't in there, or kind of thump it out. And because he was shaking it so hard, I always tuck my shoelaces, and my shoelaces were flopping out, and I saw something shining. And I'm like, oh my God, there it is. And he looked, and the earring had dropped just right with the peg down, that it stuck into my shoelace. So it was actually in my shoelace. I'm like, well, no wonder I didn't find it. I'm like, and I wouldn't have found it. Because a lot of times I always save an old pair of tennis shoes. So I use those for when I go out gardening and do whatever. So when I buy a new pair, then I save the pair I was wearing as my old pair, get rid of the other then pair. And so I'm like, well, okay, I just changed out tennis shoes. I'm like, I would have just grabbed that pair and tossed them. I wouldn't think to look at my shoelaces or to shake the shoe out for anything. So that was kind of funny, but happy that I found my earring, because yay, I like those earrings. I wear those often enough. So yeah, that was good. Good to find them. Find it, so I still have my matching pair. I have a couple of other earrings that I've dropped along there, and I still haven't found those either, but I'm like, okay, I still save that one earring, then I'm like, okay, some point I'm gonna find another earring. Does that ever happen to you guys? I drop one and I can't find the other. Hello, robin. Yesterday Wayne and I walked and we saw so many robins, like lots of them in the area, so it's nice to see. And today I got the birds, man, they're singing loudly today, which is good. It's supposed to be warming up soon, which will be good. It's like 50 out here today, but again, windy, cold. So I'm gonna finish off my walk and sign off for now. Happy Friday! Look at me in the car again. I just finished up a batch of salted pecan caramel chocolate chip cookies. So I figured I would take most of them to my mechanics because I appreciate them so. I used to bake for them, well, I used to take them cookies at Christmas time years ago, for many years. I would do that, and the last few years I haven't done Christmas baking. So I haven't baked them treats in a while. And thought, alright, today I made these. I don't need them all in the house. I will also share with Mom, and there's a few left at home that Wayne can have. And I can have one or two here and there, if, after my dinner. One a day for a couple days here. But anyways, I just thought I would get out there and get them to them. I had a little bit of late to start to the day, funny thing. So I didn't get these done as early as I thought I would, but it should be fine. It is like 3 o'clock. They usually close at 5. Sometimes on Fridays they close early because they do work like 10-hour days because it's their own shop. But it should be good. They should be able to eat a couple before they leave, and then like either take some home with them or throw them in the refrigerator and eat them again on Monday because they don't work on the weekends. But hopefully these will make it. Turn fast. I've just got them on a plate, like a styrofoam plate actually. I had in my closet. I don't even know if I had any paper plates or anything, but I did find I had a batch of styrofoam plates. So I put them on there and put them inside a gallon-sized baggie. So there too, I don't have to worry about getting any containers back or anything. I can just toss this when they're done. But I just don't want them falling all over in transport here because they're not in the box. But anyways, beautiful sunny day. Now I got the mail, everything. I'm like, oh, the sun's shining down. I almost wanted to leave the door open because it was so nice out. I'm like, we'll see. When I get home, I said I want to go take some of the cookies to Mom, and I have a container of the flour pretzels that I made also for her that I haven't gotten to her yet, so I will take both of those over. Maybe I'll walk, and maybe I'll take the rest of my walk after I finish visiting her with a little bit. Then I also have to clean the kitchen and eat something because I haven't eaten yet today. I had a cookie. That's been my breakfast / lunch, my brunch. One cookie. It's alright. Well, I did have my apple juice this morning, so my apple crisp juice that I made, so that was feels good too. That's holding me over. So there are the cookies right in the middle here. So hopefully I don't turn too sharply or anything and knock them all over, but they're pretty big cookies. It's a good snack. Happy Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday night. Almost bedtime. That's all right. I'm at least still up and going. Yesterday I recorded that I had made the salted caramel pecan chocolate chip cookies, and I delivered those to the mechanics. And I got back and I then took some over to my mom, and then did my quick walk, figuring again, okay, I'm getting tired, so once I sit down, I'm going to sit. So I didn't want to sit down and have my breakfast slash lunch slash dinner, and then try to get up and go to mom's and all that. So I'm like, let me just walk out of the way, and then I'll sit back and relax, and then hopefully have energy later to do dishes. And yeah, I got back and I ate, and then I was just like, I crashed. I had no energy. Wayne had gotten home from work and all that, and even a couple times during the night, he's like, "Are you okay?" It's like, you're sitting over here in the chair, all slouched over, and all I get the lean. I sit over here, and I'm just like, So it's like, are you sleeping? Or like, yeah, I'm ready for a nap. I'm like, man, I don't even have any carbs. I had a salad. And so it was just kind of funny that I was like, I have no energy. And then my tooth has been still bothering me, my gum. I have not gotten that fixed yet. I haven't looked at it. I was hoping that the antibiotics would have just taken care of the infection and I would be well. You know, it's my MO, right? My protocol of let's just see if the body can fix it itself first. I'm not going to wait 2 years. So that was kind of hurting. And so I'm like, all right. And I was also getting a sore throat. So again, I don't know if it's sinuses because of all this, and if anything, if it was swelling and either kind of dripping, down or affecting my sinuses type stuff with the throat. And I'm like, I ended up taking some Advil and feeling like, oh, okay, I hope it is just that, it's just the sinuses, and it isn't that I'm getting sick, and it isn't, strep, it isn't anything else. So I didn't really do much. I did get the dishes done, later, and probably like 9 o'clock, I think it was, and went to bed. I still probably went to bed by 11:30. I was tired, but I slept, which is also good because like all of last week, I was like been having trouble falling asleep. I get to bed and I just lay there and for hours, and I get up to go to the bathroom at like 1. I'm like, I haven't slept yet. So last night I fell asleep right away, and I don't even think I got up in the middle of the night. I still wake up every time I roll over, but I usually fall right back to sleep. So that was good. I had a dream last night about my friend Maria. So she visited me. She was showing me a scrapbook of I don't know if it was more her life, or it was kind of like what she's doing, her new job, which was going to help like older senior citizens and stuff or something. So very interesting. And then on the back of the scrapbook, as I was looking through her scrapbook, and I closed the scrapbook, and on the back was a dime. So I'm like, oh, I got a visit from Maria and Dad in my dreams. So that was very nice. And then today, Wayne decided he was just going to go shopping by himself. So that was fine. Did the grocery shopping. And that was okay because of cooking and all that yesterday. I didn't get my exercising in. So today I'm like, I want to exercise. But then we also needed to go buy Mom a phone today. And he needed me to come with for that. Just in case of whatever's going on with the phone and whatnot. But get some time together to just, be together and not have the distractions of our computers or anything. So seeing as I didn't do the grocery shopping, I'm like, yeah, we'll do that. So we went by my mom's and got her phone, and he nicely was able to take all her photos, back up all her photos onto the computer. And again, somehow it wasn't working on her main computer. We were having some problems, and I was like, can you try the old computer? And he did, and that was successful. So just in case they had a problem with transferring information, so we weren't sure how that was going to go, or if her phone would die during the process or what, because sometimes during the day as she was using her phone, if something would happen, she would turn her phone off. She couldn't get it turned back on unless she plugged it in. And so we're like, oh, okay, if something's happening, and she was like, the battery's starting to get hot and stuff, and so we were like, okay, hopefully this will all work. But he was able to transfer the photos, and we got to Best Buy, and cute young little girl helped us. She had little blue dye hair on the bottom. She had like darker hair, but you could tell it's still blue. pretty blue nails. And yeah, no problem. Wayne had already looked up what phone we wanted and stuff, so showed her, and she was like, let me check. Oh, yep, got one left. So got that out. Wayne and I picked out a case and a screen protector, and yeah, and then the gal got to work, and it was very nice that they, it was an Apple product. Mom has an Apple, and so we thought, all right, we're just going to get her another Apple so that she has the same operating system, and she's very good with the phone, but at least this way she didn't have to learn, a whole new operating system, that she'd stay the same with that. She does use her phone a lot for texting, and she reads her emails, and she's more on her phone than I do. But they just put the two phones next to each other, and they communicated, and they transferred all the information. And so afterwards we checked, and all her messages were there, and all her photos were there, and all that. So, but that took us a good hour to get all that done. So that was good. The girl, she put the screen protector on and everything, and then put the case on for us, and so we were all good to go. So that was wonderful. As Wayne figured out, he could figure it out himself. He'd figure it out. He'd look it up, the information how to do it. But this way, they know how to do it. Pay a little extra, but you know what? Then it's done. It's good to go. So that's what we did. And then we had to stop at the grocery store again, anyways, because I decided I wanted some potatoes to make this week. He did get some chicken, so it's not too long to do some chicken and have roasted potatoes. I've done those before, and I've done them in the air fryer, but I've also done them in the oven. So I figure that's nice if I make up a pan, baking sheet of some vegetables, and I'll do that. Have that as a meal this week. And I think that's about it. Then we came home, gave Mom her phone, she checked it out. She texted Wayne a little bit later saying that her email didn't seem to be set up, so we'll check that out tomorrow. But other than that, we decided to watch a movie. He asked yesterday, Wayne asked if I wanted to watch a movie, and he was looking a little bit and going, and he was like, yeah, you probably have 20 movies to pick out. And I'm like, I'm not so picky. I'm just kind of like, oh, it looks interesting, let's just watch it. So it was about it today. I was going through, and I'm like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. He's like, yeah, I've seen that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, he's like, well, yeah, we could watch it again. I don't mind seeing, I'm just like, no, if you've already seen it, there's plenty of movies out there. We can watch something that you haven't seen yet. So we found some goofy comedy movie called The Other Guys with Will Ferrell, and of course I'm forgetting the other guy's name. It also had Michael Keaton in there. So it's some famous guys. It had The Rock. So they were like police officers, the two main macho guys, The Rock and this other guy. They were like the main guys, and then they kind of got out of the picture, and so then like Will Ferrell and the other guy like stepped up, and those were the other guys, and they kind of ended up trying to solve the case. So it made me laugh. I laughed a lot during that, so that was good. And then it's a full moon tonight, so Wayne and I went outside and we tried looking for the moon, but we've got lots of clouds today, so I couldn't see it at the beginning. Then we went out an hour and a half later, so actually just a little while ago, and we looked again, and we could see where the moon is. You can see it kind of shining, but it's the clouds. So way up high, it's kind of clear skies, but I'm like, oh, it's gonna be hours, and then again, but that's all right. Go out and just look at the full moon. Fun. Anyways, that's it. Of course, Wayne went up to bed, so now it's my time where I get my second wind or whatever, and I'm like, oh, hey, okay, let's start working on my my YouTube playlists again. Let's get that done. So, yeah, that's what's going on for here. So hopefully tomorrow morning the girls will be up for chat. So I always hope. You never know. I mean, one of these times they may say, nope, they're both tired or whatever, and that'll be fine too, but I can always hope. I'll always be ready. So I've got my alarm set for 7 a.m., so yeah, can't stay up too late so that I can get enough sleep and be up tomorrow and be ready for a chit chat. So that's it for now. All right, making some chicken soup today, so I'm making my own broth. Got the chicken breasts all cooked, and then my vegetables all chopped. My scraps for some later soup. So I saved today's scraps to go in there. I had some extra onion that I will package up and put in the freezer. Weekend wrap-up time. Didn't get to it last night, and figured this morning I had to get my exercising in, my shower in, otherwise it wouldn't get done. And then I could film this, so then I can edit it and get it up, which will be like 5 p.m. again tonight, not at noon. Unless I finish them on Sundays, I can get them edited. They don't get up any earlier, but that's okay. So, yeah, exercising done. Didn't cry this time. Seems that my MO these days are that during my exercise sessions I end up crying at some point because of either I can't do as many reps as the video I'm watching, as they're doing, or I can't do the exercise, so I modify it, which is good, and I always think that when I'm watching exercises, if they don't bring up a modification or whatever, like I said, I've exercised most of my life, and so I've seen enough videos or, TV shows way back then, where they've explained, okay, if modifying, if you're just starting out, you go here, and then if you're wanting to go more high energy, if you're not feeling it yet, then you go here, and you really, really ramp it up. So I know that, but even still, I keep going back to what I used to be able to do. So I've come up with too that I guess I'm, Jenny 2.0 at this point. I have a friend, Carmen, who years ago had a brain aneurysm and was in the hospital for a long time. And at this point, kind of afterwards there too, she was not remembering things and things were different and stuff. And she's come up with that she's Carmen 2.0. So, she's still her, but she's a little bit different and all that. And I thought, yeah, I guess that's me at this point in time, that I'm still me, but I'm different. There are some things that may come back. I may be able to start doing the exercises. I may be able to start doing more reps. I'm hoping. But at least I'm moving. I'm still trying, which is where those little pep talks come in again. Like every session of, again, hey, you know what? You're doing it though. You're moving. You are still moving. You're still able to get on the floor and you're able to get up and do things. And it will still keep getting better as I keep healing. So even though I still have the aches and pains, the abdomen still is sensitive, the butt was sensitive, trying to sit on the floor, crisscross applesauce. I'm like, God, I feel the muscle. I feel like this good half-inch area, my butt. Like if you had a towel or something, a washcloth, you fold it up and you're like sitting right on the middle. I don't know. Although after my shower, I kind of looked, I'm like, okay, I could feel it in the shower too when I was, rinsing and stuff. And then I'm like, oh, let me take a look. And it looks inflamed. So I put some cream on it. And I'm like, all right, that would make sense because I've been good, lately and stuff. So I don't know. It could be if it's a reaction again. We're a couple days last week. Well, it's also been a couple days, but I've also put some of that kind of, it's not an antiperspirant. Kind of sort of, it's a slide, glide, something or other. I put that on a couple days. So there again, it just might be sensitive to that. So we'll see. So we'll go without that again for a while here and see how the days go. But so that's that. Yeah, I made the soup yesterday. That was disappointing. I was adding all these spices in there and everything, and I'm like, ooh, and then I cleared out the minced garlic jar. I had just enough. I was supposed to have a tablespoon of the garlic, and I had that, and I'm like, I'm gonna rinse out the jar and get everything, and get all that flavor and pour that. I'm like, it may be really garlicky. I didn't really taste the garlic. I didn't taste the spices. It was kind of bland. It just tasted a little different. I'm like, well, Wayne too was like, it's different. I said, yeah, because I made my own broth as opposed to using store-bought, and I'm sure store-bought is more salty. So in that respect too, it was just a little off. But I was just kind of like, oh, all right. I was really looking forward to eating this and it tasting really good. And I'm like, fine. So we got more of that to eat, but that's okay. Add a little salt, see if that helps a little. What else? Other than that, we chatted with the girls yesterday morning. So that was very nice. Cassie was all like, yeah, I was waiting for the text of my saying, hey, you guys up for a chat? And I said, well, I figured you kind of know it's going to be Sunday morning. On Saturday, Wayne's like, oh, should we tell the girls, give them a forewarning of, let's chat tomorrow? I'm like, by this point in time, they know. It's already been multiple times we've done this. And so I told Cassie, I said, yeah, well, it's easier. I go, for me, it feels better to be able to talk to you, for us a Sunday morning because it's your Sunday night and then you finished up the weekend. So whatever fun stuff you've been able to do, then we get to talk about all of it and get filled in. Whereas if I talk to you Saturday night, you still got Sunday to go. There might be something I just want to know it all. So Saturday, I know like on Thursday, Mandy mentioned that she had plans for Saturday. And I was like, oh, well, are you going with one of the teacher friends? No. And I'm like, well, are you going with the friend you made on Bumble? No. And I'm like, well, who are you going with? We'll see. And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? But then on Saturday at some point I saw pictures of the girls together, so I was like, oh, okay. And I thought, well, maybe Sunday was her plans to do this thing. They're going to Myeongdong? I'm forgetting now. Mandy's like, let me type in the chat again. I'm like, well, you did it once before, so I'll type it again. I'm like, okay. Different city, north of Seoul. But what they did was that for Cassie's birthday, Mandy got a color swatching session. What do you call it? I think that's what it's called. For both her and Cassie. So I'm like, oh, how cool is that? That is so neat. I've seen a couple videos on that, and you know, people doing that. So yeah, they got themselves there, had a little bit of lunch, and then got to the session, and they had filled out a little bit of something. Maybe it was just their name and stuff or whatever. And then the person it was a Korean person. They also had a translator, which was very nice, because I guess when Mandy signed up for it, they did ask about that. So there was a translator there, so that was good. And then the girl like looked at, I think Cassie ended up going first. So looked at her and filled out some stuff, and so filled out this chart, which they got to take with, and it was all about what, you know, which colors would suit them, like what skin tone they have, whatever. And then they started draping colors on them. So they would put a color on there. You're supposed to look at how it reflects your chin and whether it reflects. For Cassie, they kept saying wrinkles and eye bags. She was like, all right, yeah, I got eye bags, but wrinkles. Like Mandy was like, wrinkles? What? And so all right. But so then put up like the cooler tones I think were better on her, and then like, so what kind of jewelry you should wear as far as like pearls, what color, gold with the silver. I think silver was better for both of them, and then maybe a rose gold, but the gold, which is interesting because I wear more gold jewelry. I like gold. I've gotten into silver a little bit lately, but I always wear gold. Not that matters. I look better in the deep red and like a deep blue also, whereas for those girls, that was like, that was no's for them. They should wear these other colors. But that was really neat. So like I said, they got a whole chart done. Mandy that took pictures of Cassie with the colors and stuff, and Cassie took pictures of Mandy, so they also had that reference of an actual picture. And then the chart with all their stuff on there, and then what type of makeups to wear, and like I said, jewelry and perfume. And so when the session was done, then out in the lobby, they had tester stuff. They weren't selling it. I was surprised. I'm like, were they selling makeup and all that? She said, no, but they had makeup there for you to try. But on the sheets that they got, they did offer, they did mention different palettes that you could buy and the names of them. So, not where they could buy. And then Mandy said that there was their makeup shop down the street, but they didn't feel like going at that point. Mandy brought her makeup in. Cassie doesn't wear makeup. So Mandy brought her makeup in because that was an option too. And the girl was going through all Mandy's makeup and going, yeah, no. So she was kind of swatching some of the stuff on her hands because it looks different on you than it does in the bottle. And she was doing this, yeah, no. And she was kind of like, you know, why? And Mandy said, well, I was told I was a different color once before. So she kind of went with that palette. And so she's like, so we'll see. But that was fun, so that was nice. And then they walked around the city a little bit, did a little shopping, and then went back home. And Cassie had slept over the night before and tried to help Mandy out figuring out the air conditioner. Because Mandy said, I know it's going to get hot. Because again, Mandy had also spent a semester there once before. Knows the weather a little bit. And they had like a 70-degree day also the other day. Their weather's almost kind of like here in Wisconsin. They got the really cool days. It was snowing, and then the next day it's 70. I'm like, okay. So Mandy wanted to figure out the air conditioner before she absolutely needed it. And then she also bought a hairdryer. Haha. So I sit here with my wet hair. In Korea, it's kind of disrespectful to go out with wet hair. Because that's a sign of that you don't really care. You're not really prepared for your day. You know, I'm like, oh, interesting. Because, you know, I kind of stopped blow drying my hair, and then too, because blow drying can damage your hair. So I guess that's why I have all those other hair products and all that too that you can put in there to help save your hair from the heat of the hairdryer and all that. But I'm at home. It'll dry before I go out to see anybody. Even still, it's like, okay, well, interesting, but yeah, you gotta keep up with the protocol and what you should be doing there. So that's good. Class has been going a little bit better for Mandy. Her teaching has been going a little better. Her students are a little bit better in the morning and stuff, so that's nice also. And Cassie's doing okay. Classes are going okay. So that's that update. Other than that, nothing really happened this weekend. like I said, we did our usual Saturday stuff. I filled in. Sunday was just a matter of cooking, so I was in the kitchen for hours again between the cooking, chopping up vegetables, cooking dishes. And then finally again, by I think 2 o'clock, it was okay, let me have a bowl of soup, sit down, eat, rest and relax. And yeah, finish my book. I decided last time, like I have like 50 pages to go, so it was the 1,000 Doors of January. That was what it's called. So it ended up pretty good. Kind of how I expected, but that was a long read. So okay, on to the next book. I've got plenty to read, so that's what I'm doing. Do you guys like reading? Have any favorite books, favorite authors? I follow one author. I've got to catch up on some of her books too. I read a couple of her series, Lindsey Pogue. I read a couple of her series and stuff, and she's put out a few more books that I'm like, oh, I need to catch up. So we'll do that too. That's one of my favorite authors. Anyways, yeah, it's sunny out there today. I bring garbage can in. It's warm, but it's windy. It's going to be in the 50s again. So that was very nice. We'll get out there, get our walk in, and edit some videos. So that's what I'm up to. Oh, that was the other thing I was thinking of. That I had my first dream this week of having my ostomy bag. So that was interesting for me. It's been a year and a half now. About a year and a half that I finally had my first dream of, yeah, I had gone into a room of a bunch of people and we were waiting for instructions on doing some volunteer activity or something. And I went and I recognized a YouTuber that I watch. And so I was standing by them and all of a sudden, like my bag crinkled and it was like, oh, okay, let me move this other way. Let me move just a little bit so that'll be a better position and it shouldn't make any noise. And it crinkled again when I did that. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know, I was like, they're gonna be embarrassed. They're not gonna like me and whatever. And I glanced at them and they looked at me and kind of quizzically, and I could almost like read their mind. And it was kind of like, no, they knew I had a bag and why wouldn't they like me or something? And so I was like, oh, okay. So that was interesting. But yeah, it was more of a normal type of a dream. Otherwise, I have strange dreams. I remember a lot of my dreams. Most people don't. Let me know if you guys remember your dreams. Wayne sometimes does and sometimes doesn't. Same with the girls. Sometimes they know they dreamed and they don't remember it, or they don't dream. So they say it, right? Everybody supposedly dreams every night, but they're like, no, not dreaming. And for me, I know I dream every night, and I remember most of them a lot of times in the morning. It was part of it when I wake up in the morning. When Wayne says goodbye in the morning, it's always, I'm in the middle of a dream, and I wake up out of that, oh, and then today again, my alarm went off, I was in the middle of a dream. I'm like, okay. And then I said, sometimes I remember them. So part of last night's dream was that, I don't know, we were cleaning out this big long fish tank or something, and Cassie had started, and she'd taken all the fish out, but she had laid them on the table. So all in a row. So we had all these fish. Actually, they're below the table, like they were on the floor. There were a bunch of fish, and there were some other bugs. And I was like, oh, I'm like, well, it's gonna take too long. Like, they can't stay out of water that long. So I'm scooping up the fish and I'm putting them back in the tank. And I scooped up this butterfly, which was like a monarch, but it was pure beige. And I put that on the table. And I scooped up this stick-like looking thing, like a big honking thick stick. I don't know. Scooped that up, put that on the table. Put a couple more fish back. Then I woke up. But those are more the kind of goofy dreams I have. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. I hope your weather is good, that you're outside, getting some sunshine, doing stuff that makes you happy, makes you smile. And you guys, keep it positive. Go make it a great day. Bye-bye.